really want to see a Broadway show this summer, but I have no idea where to start. I also want to see a show that can be classified as so American. Are you interested in seeing a Broadway show that can easily be classified as one of the biggest Broadway hits of all time? And are you also interested in seeing a show that can really be classified as so American? If so, you've come to the right place. Around 7 years ago, Lin-Manuel Miranda took Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow on his vacation to Mexico. The creator of the already hit musical In the Heights automatically envisioned the Founding Fathers as the new face for Broadway. He was prepared to now create his next big hit musical. Broadway has been an essential part of American culture for years, but recently Hamilton has established a new name for the arts, turning the world of musicals upside down. The music styles, diversity, and emergence of historical events into mainstream culture all make it that the show can accurately be called an American musical. In 2009, Lin-Manuel Miranda, the writer of Hamilton, was invited to the White House to perform a song from his hit show In the Heights. Instead, he came up with a brand new idea. He presented a speech stating that the first Secretary of Treasury, Alexander Hamilton, embodies hip-hop. He then performs the opening number to his new show.
Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton.
Many people were unsure of this idea at first,
but it's true.
But then changed their minds as the show quickly topped the charts after its release. In fact, in 2016, Lin-Manuel Miranda was invited back to the White House to perform this same number with the cast of the show that was nominated for many Tony Awards and won many Tony Awards. Miranda created a show that utilized both hip-hop music and classic Broadway styles. This show is completely sung through, like many old musicals, and is divided into the classic Act 1 and Act 2, with 23 songs in each act. He also made the nemesis of the show, Aaron Burr, the narrator, as seen in shows such as Evita and Jesus Christ Superstar. Miranda also kept in some of the classic Broadway numbers, such as a big opening number and a love ballad. While doing this, Lin also incorporated rap music into his show. The whole show is sung through, so it made it easy for him to replace lines and talking in the show with rapping. He takes many historical events, such as cabinet meetings, and turns them into rap battles. For example, he often has Alexander Hamilton and his rival Thomas Jefferson argue through rap. Since hip-hop music is very popular, this has opened the world of theater up to many people that usually wouldn't listen to a musical. People see the show Hamilton on the hip-hop top charts and listen to it, and then they get interested into other Broadway musicals. People who enjoy rap can listen to this show, immersing themselves in the Broadway American culture. Hamilton definitely has the most diverse cast ever seen in a Broadway show, and this is not by accident. It is purposely cast that every character is performed by a person of color, except for King George. Lin wanted to show how America's history belongs to all races and not just Caucasians as it did in the past. Painter Kehinde Wiley has similar ideas to Lin-Manuel Miranda. It is often said that Hamilton parallels his paintings. He painted many historical events, but swapped out historical figures for black men and women. Many people criticize the two that they are hiding the racial issues by doing this, but that is not actually the case. Lin-Manuel Miranda still addresses issues, but also uses his casting to show that historical events are in the hands of everyone in present-day America. In order to not hide issues from the founding of the nation, Lin-Manuel Miranda includes many references to these in his song lyrics. In What Did I Miss?, the line, "Sally, be a lamb, darling," is a reference to Thomas Jefferson and his slave, Sally Hemings. This shines light on the fact that many of the founding fathers were racist and did in fact own slaves. In the Battle of Yorktown, Lafayette says the line, "Immigrants, we get the job done." Lafayette immigrated from France in order to fight in the American Revolution. Hamilton was an immigrant from the West Indies, and this line reflects on that. Due to this, Hamilton had to work a lot harder than others to get his status in the government as Secretary of Treasury, because immigrants were often discriminated against in this time period. Also, in the Battle of Yorktown, the show has a dance number illustrating the battle. What makes this so unique and so American is that he has both men and women in the scene, where in this time period only men were allowed in combat. He does this in order to show that in today's America, women can now have a bigger role in society and can fight in wars. Overall, Miranda uses diversity to send political messages and relate past America to present America. Another really American thing about this musical is that it showcases the formation of our country and brings it into today's mainstream culture. Before Hamilton, the musical 1776 told the story of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Washington, Jefferson, and Adams were part of it, but Hamilton was not even mentioned once. This musical also did not have nearly as much popularity as Hamilton. Many people wonder why the story of Alexander Hamilton was able to become suddenly popular due to Lin-Manuel Miranda. The answer is in the way Miranda transforms the founding father. He brings Hamilton to light in a way no other historians have. Alexander was not an insanely popular figure due to the issue that he was elitist and he was very for a really strong central government. But instead of portraying Alexander this way, Lin portrays him as a young, scrappy, and hungry immigrant that worked hard to gain success as an American. This character may not be 100% accurate, but it represents the American dream and works to help tell the story of our nation's beginning. Since the musical opened in August 2015, it has become one of the Broadway's biggest shows. It was nominated for 16 Tony Awards and went on to win 11. On average, the show makes around $1.6 million a week. This show is starting a tour going all across America. This show is also being featured on television and in other mainstream news outlets. With the amount of people getting tickets and listening to the show, more and more people are being educated about a rare story in American history, and this story is even being brought into American culture. Throughout the nation's history, Broadway musicals have always been a huge representation of American culture. Hamilton has recently become the epitome of an American musical. The bringing of rap into theater, diversity in the cast, and popularity of a founding father have all been established by Lin-Manuel Miranda. He created a masterpiece that showcases how the arts are so American. So after hearing all of this, I bet you really want to go see Hamilton. Don't worry, the average ticket price is only $1,350. It may not be cheap, but it's a really American price.